Alright, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be checking out Gene. This is the Genopets project. I'm basically going to be going through some of these move to earn tokens and trying to find a project that looks like it could have a decent chance of doing something like what GMT did. So I've been checking out Genopets. It does seem pretty interesting. If you come over to their website, before I jump into the analysis, I'll just run through this. But I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm not going to run through every single thing about it. It's basically almost like a Pokemon game. It's like not a breeding game. It says here it's not a breeding game, it's an evolution game. And I'll try, yeah, I'll put a video in so you can kind of see what the actual Web3 application is like. So yeah, it seems pretty interesting. The market cap is very, very dirt cheap. So, I mean, this is rank number 530. I guess it's not dirt cheap, but you know, the market cap is still relatively low. It's one of the higher ones on the move to earn. So let's check out what's going on in the chart. So there's a lot of chop going on at the moment, and there is actually not a long-term chart, unfortunately, on TradingView for Genopets. This, and there was one other, so if I type in USDT, because I just deleted one chart, we've got Genopets on BitGet and CoinEx, and the other chart, we're looking at CoinEx right now, the other chart doesn't have all of the data. This is the chart with the most data, and if we come over to CoinMarketCap, you can see it's a slightly different picture. So in the macro term on here, you can see, you know, we've got highs, or your all-time high, you've got higher lows, and then also in the macro term, you can see we put in this rounding bottom, and we've got a plethora of lows, higher lows, and we're really getting converged between two prices, which is also convincingly what we're seeing in the short term as well. If we look on here, you can see since our most recent impulse, we've had a nice push up. We came back to the 618 Fibonacci. I imagine if we draw this to candle body close, yeah, if we discount this wick, because I guess this was pretty euphoric, then you can see we've had a pretty textbook retrace of your 0.618 Fibonacci. And as of the time of recording this, you're currently consolidating in this asymmetrical triangle just above the 0.5 Fibonacci. So it's really a mix of both, because like I said, you're kind of sitting in that middle version right now. You can see, I mean, we're at the top of the scale of things here, we're at the bottom of things down here, and we're literally sitting bang in the middle right now, forming an asymmetrical triangle. So I do think a big move for Genopets is coming. The oscillators don't really say too much. How, like, for example, on the daily, the money flow indicator is building support, and that is kind of indicative that, you know, retail traders can still get more into this project. We can push up the market cap by a lot more, especially considering how low this is. I could see this easily getting very, very overextended if the play to move start to run. The RSI has kind of just been chilling at the heartline as well. So because these are sitting literally right in the heartline, and because, you know, the price as well, we're literally sitting in the heartline getting converged between these highs that are now exponentially moving lower and the lows that are exponentially moving higher. So we're literally getting converged and smushed right now. I do think a big move is coming for Gene. I don't plan on, you know, assuming that it's going to break up. I would rather wait and see how the market reacts when we do come into these support and resistances of this asymmetrical triangle. You can see our momentum indicators, like the squeeze mom, is starting to lose a little bit of momentum. I guess that is to be expected after we have come down. Momentum and volume is normally lackluster when you do find yourself in these patterns, so I am going to discount that for now, and I will discount the volume, because I imagine once we get out of here we'd see an increase in volume. For example, you can see, you know, this area here was really where we got into this pattern, and before then you can see volume, a massive increase in volume back here compared to what we're seeing right now. So like I said, I think we're gearing up for that big move. If we extrapolate the price target of this asymmetrical triangle, a break up could take us as high as $17.67, and judging by how low this market cap is, I definitely think that could be in the plan. So that would be a 26.5% increase to the upside. Now, if we were to break to the downside, you can see this would actually carry us all the way down to $9.60, which would also be about a 28% decrease to the downside. So I definitely think Genopets seems like a very interesting project. I do think it would need to catch on a little bit more though. I haven't really seen too many people talking about this. However, I do love to see projects that are being built on Solana. If you're not new to my channel, I am a big Solana bull, and I love to see, you know, these NFT projects, all of these move to earns. They're basically all being built on Solana, so that is something very, very nice to see. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to wait for a break of this. Like I said, your oscillators are really 50-50. They could break in either direction. And when it comes down to your EMA ribbons, we're currently correcting into them right now. The last time we corrected into these in a bullish trend, we actually pinged down a couple of percent below them. So I've talked about this in my last couple of altcoin videos, but we have a Fed meeting between the 3rd and the 4th, and the apex of this triangle just happens to be the 4th. So I imagine by the 4th, let's see, this is going to be another 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And then, you know, the Fed meeting should be done and wrapped up. We should have a big move coming for Genopets. I find it hard to believe that we're going to chop around in a very, very tight range for 4 days. So I do feel like we are either going to have that break up or break to the downside within the next couple of days or so. And if we do move before the 4th, I almost feel like a breakdown a little bit lower could potentially be likely. Saying that though, we are finding strong support on the 200 EMA. So, you know, for a plethora of reasons, you know, we've got a lot of bullish signs, but we've also got some bearish signs. Your oscillators, once again, are completely sitting in the middle. They're not indicative that they're exceptionally bullish. They're not indicative that they're exceptionally bearish. So yeah, I would be waiting for a break. I'll give you an update when we do have a break of this. Historically though, when we do come down into these EMA ribbons, it normally seems like we come down to the bottom of them. So I could imagine perhaps that this could be a breakdown before the breakup. So for example, I could imagine something like this playing out. We break down before the Fed meeting, we come down into our long-term moving average. Like, I'm not talking about a huge breakdown, I'm talking about a move down to maybe 1275, and then as the Fed meeting gets wrapped up, I imagine a lot of these play-to-earn coins, GMT would probably lead the rally on those, would start running, and then I imagine you could see a lot of these smaller projects like Genopets start running. So that's all I've got for Genopets. Definitely an interesting chart going on right now. Like I said, we've got a really 50-50 mix of bullish signs and bearish signs, and the more you zoom out, you can kind of see, you know, we're struggling from the top side of things. We're getting these lower highs, but on the bottom, you know, we had a rounding bottom, and now we're putting in higher lows. So I mean, even if I keep this trend line on the bottom, which I think I will, you can kind of see that even if we do break down out of this smaller asymmetrical triangle, this smaller asymmetrical triangle might just end up being something like this, you know, before we do hop out of here later on. So there's a lot of things to kind of focus on with this. I think I'm going to keep this longer trend line on the bottom. I'll keep the miniature asymmetrical triangle like it is. I'll mark this green so you can see the triangle is different to this. But yeah, that's all I've got for Genopets. I will be keeping an eye on this. I don't personally plan on investing this, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to be looking at some of these move to earns today. So yeah, stay tuned if you do want to check some of those out. That's all I've got for you. As always, not financial advice. Cowboy out, and yeah, peace.